Hey guys! Enjoying our reaction videos? If you are, please click the link to the reacted video in the description and show the creator lots of support. Thanks guys! Okay guys, Rock Lee and a few of you other guys had told me about Swagkage's Explaining Chakra Natures video, and those of you know, Swagkage's been kind enough to allow us to react to his videos, and he has just freaking insanely awesome stuff. I love his perspective on these things, and especially for me, being a total noob like this, it's really cool to have somebody like this to watch who can lay stuff out for you in not only in an informational but really entertaining manner. So again, any of you, if you're not subscribed to Swagkage, the link to this video is right at the top of the description of the video, so make sure and get over there and subscribe. But this is explaining Chakra Natures, which for me would be really good information to have. I mean, I understand the basics of it, but I'm sure what Swagkage's got here is going to open up a whole new world for me as to exactly what it's all about.
So a lot of people want me to talk about chakra natures for some reason, and I mean, well, I'm not going to say no. It's a very simple concept, so keep that in mind. There's not a whole lot to talk about here. So,
is that Tsunade? Is that Tsunade when she? Because you guys told me that Tsunade is like really old, but there's something going on that, you know, she's able to retain a youthful appearance, or is that not Tsunade? Is whatever it is, it's not a good look.
That in mind, there's not a whole lot to talk about here. So, first of all, it's pretty difficult to explain what a chakra nature is just because of how simple it is. The entire definition for it is pretty much in its name. All a chakra nature is the nature of a particular mass of chakra. There are many different kinds of chakra natures throughout the Naruto universe, and all of them are the basic foundation of many of the universe's ninjutsu. The five most basic of these chakra natures are fire or katon, wind or futon, lightning or raiton, earth or doton, and water or suiton. I doubt you need this explained to you, but each of the five chakra natures represents one of the five elements. Applying one of these five natures to a person's chakra changes the properties of...
Is that similar? I mean, just by name, I'm wondering this. Is that similar to like what they had in, what was it? The Avatar animated series? The Last Airbender or whatever? Is that a similar type of approach, or it just by name it seems to be?
Five natures to a person's chakra changes the properties of that chakra, and doing so is referred to as a nature transformation. By applying both a nature transformation and a shape transformation, which changes a chakra's form, a person can perform one of many elemental ninjutsu. Each of the five chakra natures are strong against one chakra nature and weak against another. Fire is strong against wind, wind is strong against lightning, lightning is strong against earth, earth is strong against water, and water is strong against fire. As you can see, all of these advantages and disadvantages form a nice little circle,
cool.
So they're easy to remember. While these advantages and disadvantages have no direct effect on people themselves, they are crucial in determining how certain ninjutsu react to one another. Anyway, moving on, the chakra of every shinobi in the Naruto universe, without exception, has an affinity for one of these five basic natures. Sometimes a person's chakra affinity is up to genetics, as most members
each ninja has only one form of chakra,
fire,
right?
And other times it's just a case-by-case thing. Generally, this nature affinity won't have any effect on a person's physical capabilities, but their natural affinity will make it easier for them to learn ninjutsu of whatever element they have an affinity for. Ninja with a fire affinity can learn fire jutsu more quickly, etc., etc. It is perfectly reasonable for somebody to be able to master an element that they don't have an affinity for, but this is relatively rare and typically...
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. He's alluding to right now. So basically, the ninjas in here, you can, as he's saying, master another chakra that even if you're not necessarily predisposed towards that particular type. That's what I was curious about.
Don't have an affinity for, but this is relatively rare and typically requires at least a Jonin level skill. In extremely rare cases, a person will be able to master all five basic nature transformations, but doing so
just
through
wait and he answers everything every question I had.
Is very difficult. The only characters to have done this are Orochimaru, the first three Hokage, and the second Tsuchikage. So it is quite a feat. Anyway, moving on. By simultaneously applying 2 or 3 chakra natures to a person's chakra when performing a ninjutsu, it's possible to access some special nature transformations that exist outside of the
special
basic
natures.
5. These special nature transformations are
very
ice
rarely
release,
seen.
which is created by combining water and wind, wood release, which is created by combining water and earth, lava release, which is created by combining fire and earth, storm
Fire and
release,
earth?
which is created by
This is
combining
cool.
water and lightning, dust release,
guy is
Akeke
so
Toda,
good.
created by combining fire, earth, and wind, explosion release, scorch release, and magnet release. The elemental combinations for the
Wow.
last 3 are never outright stated in the manga or anime, but explosion release seems to be made up of earth and lightning, scorch release seems to be made up of wind and fire, and magnet release
Makes
seems
sense.
to be made up of wind and earth. Finally, we come to the
All makes
last two
sense.
nature transformations, yin release and yang release, which all non-elemental ninjutsu use as a foundation. Techniques that draw from yin and yang release are very common throughout the series, and they include
It all
jutsu
comes back
like
to yin
medical
and yang.
ninjutsu, Shikamaru's shadow ninjutsu, the sound jutsu used by Orochimaru's henchmen in the Chunin exams, and everything in between. Most, if not all, genjutsu also rely heavily on yin release, so it's safe to say that both yin and yang release play a major role in the Naruto universe. When yin and yang release are combined
is
together,
really
they
interesting.
produce yin-yang release, which gives a person access to Hack's Jesus powers, like the ability to reverse the negative effects of the 8th gate and create an entirely new eyeball for somebody. Now then, I think that's about everything.
Pretty
I think
cool.
I've done a pretty good job overviewing the concept
Especially
of
if you're in
chakra
need of an
natures as
eyeball.
a whole. As much as I'd love to go into detail about each of these chakra natures individually, I think I'll save that for the future. If I were to cover each of the chakra natures in depth individually, I would be here all day, so if you guys want videos on any of them in particular, leave them in the comments below and I'll get to them in the future. As always, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and maybe leave a like. And thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Hope you guys have a fantastic day.
Wow,
I'll talk to you
that-
next time,
that's
and goodbye.
really,
Swagkage
really-
out.
This guy would be an absolute blast to watch anime with, having that depth of knowledge. Although I gotta admit, just from the comments I get from you guys and stuff, some of you guys are pretty freaking knowledgeable about it too. That explained a lot. And again, I probably shouldn't even pause to ask the question, because immediately upon any of the questions I had, immediately upon asking them, Swagkage covered it for me anyway. So that was the big question I had, was if the one ninja could have more than one chakra type, and which obviously they can, but to match them all, as he said, is very, very rare, but it's something that can be accomplished. So that makes it all, see, understanding that, little elements like that, make everything even more interesting for me, especially being early on, to wonder, because it makes me wonder, and of course I don't want any spoilers, but it keeps the interest, because it makes me wonder, the young crew now, you got Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura, are they ever going to reach those levels of the elite that can master all of them and stuff like that? This is good stuff. Swagkage, he's the boss, man. He knows his shit.